Or so you may be overwhelmed and feeling anxious all the time and having panic attacks. By the end of this video, I'm going to explain to you how to reverse those panic attacks and why they're happening, using this saucepan as an analogy. Millions of people are suffering anxiety out there. People are struggling. People are having loads of symptoms of IBS, nausea, digestive issues, heart palpitations, stomach cramps, lightheadedness, feeling faint, like complete and utter terror inside the body, tingling in the body, like loads of different types of sensations. What I'm going to explain to you is by you engaging and fighting with these symptoms and identifying with these symptoms, you're holding this lid down. You're holding this lid down and you're putting pressure on your nervous system. And you're beginning to treat your sensitization as thing. But watch what happens when you lift off the lid and you just let it be there. You let the steam out. Let all that adrenaline, excess adrenaline, cortisol burn itself out. And it eventually switches off the amygdala and switches off the adrenaline and cortisol. And eventually the water starts to calm down, the nervous system starts to calm down. And when you do that over time, the nervous system desensitizes and the symptoms and sensations go away as a consequence of your correct response. So here's the thing. How do you respond to your sensations? You've been fighting, resisting, running away, trying to get rid of, engaging with, identifying with, attaching to. And you've been holding down this lid, putting pressure on the nervous system. I'm telling you now, you need to do the opposite. You need to just let it be there and burn itself out by lifting off the lid, by not engaging, by not attaching, by letting all this excess adrenaline and cortisol burn itself out and let it pass through you. That's how you overcome anxiety and panic attacks. Remember, anxiety is the oversensitization of the nervous system. You can see here the swimming water. But the panic attacks are when you start suppressing, you build up these symptoms. You switch on the amygdala, you switch on your alarm, and then it turns what's going on inside your body into chaos, into like a massive volcano of all of these sensations. And there can be thousands of sensations. But look what happens, it turns into chaos. Everything starts to overflow, everything starts to build up. The pressure builds up inside. Look at the pressure inside that saucepan right now. The pressure is building and building and building because you're not responding correctly. You're telling the brain that you are in danger when you're not. And I know this doesn't make much sense, but your subconscious is built this way. It's designed to overprotect you. It's designed to overprotect you, but you need to teach it differently. You need to teach the nervous system differently. You need to respond correctly. You need to take the fuel away by lifting off the lid, by letting it be there, by letting that steam out, by letting the adrenaline and cortisol burn itself out. As thought, as sensation, as symptom, whatever way it comes to you, you need to let it be there and not engage, not attach, not identify with, and not follow your thoughts or feelings around anxiety. You need to just step out of the way. Let your conscious awareness step out of the way. Don't engage. And then you start to re-engage with the world and not with the inside of your body, because you're flashing a light on the internal now and your gaze is turned inside, where you need to turn your gaze externally and start engaging with the world again. And you'll find over time, it takes a little bit of practice for your brain to get this, to understand it, to understand that it's not in danger, and to stop triggering the alarm system, to stop triggering that excess adrenaline and cortisol that's pumping through your body, oversensitizing the nervous system. Because you're now overreacting to all this external stimuli because you're in fight or flight all day. But I'm telling you now, you can reverse that by lifting the lid. And look at that now, the water is calming down, it's cooling down. Your nervous system's going back to balance. It's going back to balance. It's going back to balance with your correct response. You're no longer fueling the anxiety. You're no longer fueling the panic attacks. And don't get me wrong, you're not doing it on purpose. You have just not been taught the correct way to respond. And that's it. So watch my videos, follow me on all my social media to learn much, much more. And DM me if you have any questions. Thank you.